disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.
Welcome once again to another episode of Fists, Kicks, and Flicks, the podcast about martial arts, movies, and life. I am one of your hosts, Eugene Plowden, and with me as always, my podcast partners, Joe Hartley and Angel Diaz. What's up, fellas?
What's up, bro?
If this is your first time with us, I want you to know we are members of the Martial Arts Center Network. On Tuesdays, you got the Inside Scoop with Alex and Jeff. What's going on over there? Wednesdays is Fists, Kicks, and Flicks with Gene, Joe, and Angel.
And then on Thursdays, we got the traditional way with Brett Shumway. Let's go, people. Let's get ready to rock and roll. Yo, was that Street Fighter?
Yes. That was my notification tone.
For more information, you can check us out on all of our social media platforms. Just look for the Martial Arts Center Network on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and Patreon. Fellas, it's showtime. What is going on over there, Joe?
Man, my phone is usually on vibrate, and I must have turned it up for something. To wait for my wife's call or something, because when I'm home and she's coming home, she always calls me and I miss it half the time because it's on vibrate because I have it at work that way.
So you have a ringtone and it's Street Fighter? Is that what's going on?
That was the notification. My regular ringtone is actually Kill Bill.
You are a martial arts fan. There you go.
Hey, I mean, listen, I know we're a martial arts podcast, and it showed truth. As soon as I heard it, I said, "Was that Street Fighter? That's crazy!" Like,
but it's funny though. For my wife, when my wife calls, it's the Imperial March.
You don't get in trouble for that.
It's been that for 20 years, man. She cussed me out for it then, before we got married, and that still stayed the same. I gotta have fun with it. Not much going on this week. Lots and lots of work. It's getting busy over there. Just trying to get everyone their packages for the holiday. We tried to celebrate December birthdays with my father-in-law's family, and everyone over here is getting sick. So I'm trying to stay in a bubble. Well, her back is getting better, but it's still bad. And like I said, now she's got like a cold on top of it. And I keep telling her to slow down, but she don't listen to me. So it is what it is. She's getting 2 weeks off of work soon coming up. So she needs to heal up and rest. And other than that, the kids kind of cooled down, except for my oldest. She's ramping up for her play coming up. So she's doing 2-3 hour practices with choreography and all that. And then she has her her singing lessons on Tuesdays.
Okay. You taught my week. You taught bow class on Friday. Was Connor the only one there? Or did anyone else come in?
No, 2 more showed up halfway through.
Okay, with their bows.
One yes, the other no.
Okay. All right. I was just trying to get an understanding of how many kids showed up Friday. Because I don't know, because Tayon did not remember. And he was telling me about Thursday because the kids that he was telling me showed up. I was like, that's strange that these kids were here on Friday. I was like, are you sure that wasn't Thursday's class?
Yeah, that sounds like Thursday.
He couldn't remember. I was like, you don't know if you were here or not on Friday? And this is Sunday. I'm talking to him.
Tayon was not there on Friday.
Okay. All right. Oh, these kids are something else. Angel, what's going on?
That's just teenagers in general. Preteen.
Right. What's going on, Angel?
Not much, man. Just chilling. That's it, man. Just chilling.
Oh, wow.
That's
nice
it.
Intro.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, dude. I was just telling Joe earlier before we got on. I was like, this is the most stressful time of the year, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. I love the holidays, man. I'm a cheapskate. I just hate spending money, bro.
See, Angel, this is what I was talking about this summer. This is what I was telling you this summer. Remember I said you should start your shopping now? This was like in July, I believe. And I said it's going to feel like you didn't have to spend that much money if you do it a little bit over time. I'm done. I'm done.
No, I finished. No, I finished, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's like people keep coming to me with these like ideas of like, hey, we should get this person this, or we should get that person that. And I get like, I'm not that I get mad. No, fuck that. I get mad. I just in my personal opinion, I'm just like, we know Christmas is year round. It's not a secret when Christmas will be. So why do we wait till the week of to have an idea to do something? Like I just can't, man. It's just not me. So like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I finished my Christmas shopping like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And, like one of these days, my dad, I'm sitting at the kitchen table doing something for him, and he's like, "Oh man, for Christmas you should get me this. Actually, why don't you just get it right now?" And I'm just like there, and I didn't say no because like I'm really big right now, and like I'm really big on just no arguments, and I just really hate arguing. Like there's stuff that people could do that I really don't like, and I'm saying like, to the point that I'll curse someone out over it, and I just like sit there and I just stay quiet, and I'm just like, you know what, like I don't like when I get mad because then when I get mad I become a really bad person. So I'm like, you know what, it's whatever. So he's saying that, and I'm just sitting there, and all I'm saying to myself is, just bought you your Christmas present yesterday. And I'm like, damn, bro. And I'm just sitting there. I was like, all right, I guess. Paid for it. And then I went downstairs, and all I thought about was, man, I had a budget of how much I wanted to spend for Christmas. And I'm like, I was good. Like, I was way underneath my budget. Not way underneath, but I was like pretty underneath it. Man.
And you said this was your father, right?
Yeah.
And what it sounds like to me is that you either bought his birthday gift early or you bought his Father's Day gift early. That's what it sounds like to me. You don't have to worry about these other two things.
Nah, man, it's crazy because when I was younger, a funny story, I did that to him one year. I like got him something, and I was just like, I think I was in middle school, and I was like, yo, man, times are hard. I was like, so this is your Christmas, birthday, Father's Day, Three Kings Day, all of them. This is your one present. And he just looked at me and like when he wanted to smack you, but he just did it. He just looked at me kind of like, what the fuck wrong with this kid that he just gave me a birthday present that's gonna last me a year?
Well, and it was like probably what I would have did is I would have made sure, since you were tight on money, what I would have did, I would have made sure that you were in the dojo training. Because when the next tournament you go to and you win that grand, you're going to take some of that grand money and you're going to put it toward my gift.
Yeah, nah, listen, man. I was like, so it's just this time of year. It's not even like I love the holidays. I love being with family. But like, especially like that we're all getting older. It's like to a certain point, man, like people ask me, what do you want for Christmas? I'm like, nothing. Right. And I don't say that to be difficult. I say it honestly because I'm like, either I have everything I want, or I literally don't want anything. Like I'm not thinking that way. I'm not thinking about like wanting materialistic stuff. I'm trying to achieve different goals. So I'm like I would look at someone and I'll be honest. I'm like, unless you're gonna give me like $300,000, then there's nothing I want. Like I'm good. So it's just weird. So when I get all these gifts, I have my budget. I stood way under my budget. It was wonderful. And everyone wants to come out with all these like ideas like, oh, you should give me this, you should give me that. And I'm just sitting here like this. And I'm just like, in my mind, I'm like, oh, hell no.
Well, I mean, but you got the receipt also, so you can always take stuff back and exchange it or whatever.
Nah, man. Some of these was gift cards.
Oh, I see.
You see what I'm saying?
That sounds like I would take the gift card and cash it in for money, like use that on the gift.
No. They're gift cards to restaurants and stuff. I got them gift cards to like places.
I got you.
And like these ain't like it's not like they're like franchise places. They're like local nice cuisine places. So I'm like,
oh, you don't want to walk in and be like, you know what?
Yeah,
I don't need this. I don't need this. Can I have my money back?
I had the thought the other day. I swear to God, people, if you're listening, this is how much of a cheapskate I am. And kids, if you're listening, don't ever do this. I had the thought the other day of going to my account and saying my credit card got stolen and take that transaction off my card.
Man.
I got so close to be like, man, I should just have him just take this damn charge right off my account as if I didn't even know about it. Like, I got that close. And then I was like, nah, because then when I do that, then more problems will happen. So I just was like, so finally I just started saying like, yo, yeah, that you want that? Maybe next Christmas you'll get it. I had to just say straight up, maybe next Christmas you'll get it, because it ain't looking like it's good for this Christmas.
You know what, Joe? Angel is going to be in for such a huge surprise when he starts having kids and has to buy.
Yeah, you don't understand. You don't understand. I'm gonna make it a point to say Christmas is every day, so we don't need special presents just for that day. It's every day.
And that's all good. That's gonna be all good in December. But when it's May 25th and your kid's gonna be like, "Hey, Dad, it's Christmas. Won't you give me this video game today?" That's gonna backfire. It's gonna backfire.
Listen, man. Listen. At this point, man, you just don't understand. I'm like, nah, man. If anyone that people that know me, they will tell you I'm like probably one of the cheapest mugs out there, bro. I'm one of the cheapest dudes.
All right.
So,
Angel, before I let you go, man. So, I'm watching this movie, American Ninja 4. And I remember something that you said before, Angel, a couple of weeks ago. You were talking about how much you like ninjas, right?
Yeah.
And out of all of the movies that we've seen, I have never seen any ninja that made me want to be a ninja. They all get their ass kicked all the time in every movie that we've watched. So what is it about ninjas that you like so much? I mean, if you're going off of the movies, I don't get it. I would have thought
there's some ninja movies we watch where they're badass. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, the main person, the main hero, but a lot of times when he's going up against all of these other ninjas, like to me, ninjas should never be getting beat up. Ninjas are supposed to be the best of the best. And in these movies, these ninjas never seem like that. With the Turtles and the Foot Clan, all the way through all these movies, like why are these guys getting beat up so easily? They shouldn't.
Well, this is the thing. You just said it, right? Ninja's supposed to be the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I love ninjas. Again, like I said, we've watched some ninja movies where they were the protagonist, antagonist, or they were just like the main guy and they couldn't be beat. We've watched some movies like that. So,
yeah, maybe one ninja, but my thing is, what movie are you talking about? Do you know what he's talking about, Joe?
Yeah, we watched Pray for Death. That was a ninja movie. He was killing everybody. Remember that was the movie where the guy, the same bad guy that was in this movie. He was in Pray for Death. He ran over the kid. He had a brother and the wife and the two little boys.
I think you're missing my point though. My point is, if there is a group of ninjas.
Well, who said I wanted to be with a group? I don't want to be in a group. I'm not a follower. I'm a leader. So I'm the best fucking ninja.
Understand what I'm saying? Do you think
you want to be Joe Armstrong?
No, I understand that. No. Angel's original statement that he made a couple weeks ago. I love
ninjas.
Exactly. That was it. But my thing is, if I'm watching movies and I'm seeing ninjas get their ass beat.
Not all of them, Gene. Not all of them. Not
all of the ninjas that are the bad guys are getting beat up in all these movies. I don't see why you're debating this. Like,
I love all the ninjas that were in the good guy movies. I didn't say which ninjas I love.
I was a kid.
Because you're saying bad. I'm saying good.
No, what I'm saying is, if I'm looking at a group and the majority of these people are getting beat up, but there's one guy that's better than the rest, that's not going to make me want to watch more movies of these same type of people because they're consistently just getting beat up. I think that there should be more of a better back and forth between our main hero and the people that he's going up against. There should be some type of balance because ninjas are not your average thugs. They should not be getting beat up easily.
Technically, they kind of were at first. Technically they were. at first, and then also you're saying like a good balance. You're gonna tell me the Foot Clan wasn't kicking some ass?
They did at first against the Raphael, right? And then when they threw Raphael through the ceiling and all of that, and then when the turtles left, but when the turtles came back, they beat
And they
the shit
set
out
that
of
whole house on fire and shit.
There was like 100 Foot Clan and only 4 turtles and Casey Jones. There's no
What are you
way.
talking about?
There's no way the Foot Clan should have lost to 4 turtles and Casey Jones.
4 genetically mutated turtles? Are you crazy?
I'm a ninja. That's what you're missing a point. Ninjas are supposed to be the best. They should be
but
best.
they don't train for a goddamn super mutant turtle that has biceps as big as Hulk Hogan.
You just said they beat them up in the first movie. They beat up Raphael and the rest of they had to retreat. They had to leave. Okay.
Yeah, but I actually wasn't talking about that. I wasn't talking about that scene. Like they beat him up other times throughout all the movies. They beat him up at different times. But I wasn't talking about just that scene.
Not really. No. What other turtle movies? What are you talking about? They don't beat him up anymore. They beat him up in that movie.
In the second one, they also beat him up.
When?
That's when Ernie Reyes Jr. was there.
No, he went to infiltrate and join them, but they weren't getting beat up by them. You know, that didn't happen.
Michelangelo beat him up with a yo-yo.
Donatello had toys and stuff that
he was swinging.
Those weren't ninjas. Those weren't ninjas. Those are just common robbers. See, that's the difference. There's a common thief and then a ninja. It was a whole different thing. Because I'll be damned if you're gonna smack me in the face with a sausage.
My only thing is, if I was a kid and I'm watching movies and I'm seeing these ninjas, but they're getting beat up by one guy, and especially 9 times out of 10, the hero in these movies have not been training as long as the ninjas. So why all of a sudden are the heroes beating up the ninjas?
Why do you have to make everything so real? Why can't we just
live in
a fairy Why can't we just live in a fairy tale world? It's a goddamn movie. Just enjoy the movie and be in the world.
I can't do it when it doesn't make sense. When certain things don't make sense, it takes me out. That's why.
So every movie takes you out?
No, not every movie, only bad movies.
That's more than half the movies we've ever watched. So no, you're killing me here. To get an A out of you is so tough. Come on, now.
It is.
You're killing me
here. It definitely is. I understand. It definitely is going to be hard. But to go back to what you guys were talking about earlier, where you were saying that some of these movies that we look back on and we talk about, they don't hold up, and a lot. But it doesn't really work with a lot of. It doesn't. That is the case with some movies. But what I'm seeing is that's the case with a lot of action movies. A lot of the karate movies, that's pure karate movies, still hold up. We didn't complain about any of the Karate Kid movies, and those were the early 80s. And we didn't really we did not kill those movies.
We complained about the third one, didn't we?
We didn't talk about how bad those movies were. We didn't say anything about the Karate Kid movies were bad.
But we also said that those were just cult classics. I think we kind of give those a pass.
And then The Last Dragon, like that's what I'm saying.
We definitely give that one a pass. And none of y'all gonna talk bad about that one.
But when we talk about these other movies, a lot of these other movies, these martial arts movies, they're and that was one of my things where I was talking to you about, where I was like, I don't know if this is a karate movie. It seems like the action movies can't hold up to action movies now because we have better CGI, we have better writing, and things are just a little bit better now. But when you don't have to add all those extra things into a movie and you can just talk about straight movie and with plot, and you go from point A to point B to point C to whatever, those movies are still kind of fine. We're not really killing those. It's a lot of the movies that are like borderline martial arts movies and action movies. That's what I'm
So you're telling me. So can we just like, besides some of the basic ones that we've watched, like what else is like pure karate movies for that time? The only ones I could think of is like the Bruce Lee movies. You think those still hold up? Asking an honest question. I don't have an opinion. I'm asking.
I think so. Like
you think so?
I don't think. I mean, unless you're someone who doesn't really like those kung fu movies. But
you know what's crazy? I've never considered his movies kung fu. That's the crazy thing. You know that?
Well, I do because as I was growing up. I do only because as I was growing up, those movies were not called karate movies. They were called kung fu movies when I was a kid. So that's how I look at those Bruce Lee movies as kung fu movies.
Huh. That's interesting. Yeah, I've never once like had that look of Bruce Lee movies or kung fu movies. I never. That's different. That's a different statement. I've never saw it that way.
No, that's because
I
you
guess
didn't
that
grow up
can
in the
make
80s
sense.
or the
I wish
70s.
I would have. I wish I would have. All these would have been great movies.
All right, let me talk about my week. So
Oh shit!
last week I was in Indianapolis. It was cool. I drove down there. I didn't stay down there as long as I thought I was going to stay down there. Of course, I had to take my recording equipment and everything because I had to do my Zoom karate on Wednesday. But Tuesday I get down there, and man, my manager he told me, because I told him I was gonna when I get down there, I was gonna go to a couple stores. He was like, okay, well, don't stay down there, too long when the sun starts going down. Because I started off on the east side of Indianapolis, and he was like, you don't want to be over there, and he was right. I'm
Why
looking
they'll
at the
lynch you?
I'm looking at the sun come down, man, and I'm looking, it was a little different.
It's still real over there. It's really
Yeah,
like that.
yeah. On the east side of
Yo,
Indianapolis,
now
it's hood.
um
It's hood. It definitely is hood.
I'm gonna sound crazy, and correct me if I'm wrong. For anyone out there, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I just want to know, it was that like one of like the hotbeds for racism or no?
I don't know.
I'm only I
Everybody. Whenever I'm in the suburbs, a
yeah.
lot of people are really nice in Indianapolis, and it almost catches me off guard. So I'm like, why are you talking to me, stranger? Like all of a sudden, I'm in the aisle looking for something. And somebody, oh man, that rain sure did come down hard the other day, didn't it? And I'm like, hell if I know, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, But I get a lot of just random conversations from people. And I'm like, why are you talking? Like, are you nervous that I'm in the aisle? Are you making sure that I'm not just a gangster or like I don't know? But those people that I've met have really, really been nice in the suburbs. But like I was saying, man, the sun was coming down. I got out of there quick because sometimes you can just sense you don't need to be in this area. Yeah, I know you've
Yeah.
had situations like that. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I got out of there pretty quick. I did
Yep.
my job, and then I got back
That
to the
was
room.
that was me in Missouri, bro. Me
Yeah,
and my
yeah,
girl.
I
Which
heard.
remember I told you
That
that? I was like, yeah,
MO.
we had. Yeah, remember I told you? I was like, yeah, we had to hurry up and get out of there quick. I told her, I was like, I'm not liking this. Let's just hurry up and get out of here.
Yeah, so I went down there. I went down there solo. Melissa, she couldn't go with me. So I was only down there, and I did my work kind of fast. So on Wednesday night, I had a feeling that I was just about to drive back Thursday. So I talked to my manager to let him know, like, hey, we got a jump on the work. We did everything that we needed to do down here. So it's cool. I'll just head back to Detroit. If Melissa if she would have came, I probably would have stayed a little bit longer because we would have got out and did some stuff. But it, I didn't do anything. I went to work, back to the hotel, and that was pretty much it. So I got back, and luckily Steve was able to run classes while I was gone on Tuesday and Thursday. He just did jujitsu all week for the kids, so I know they liked it because they told me when I spoke to some of the kids, so they were pretty happy. They had a week of jujitsu last week, and then when I got back, Joe, I saw Joe, and Steve. Well, I didn't see Steve, but he was there Friday. And I was just beat, man, because when I got back, I had more work to do. So I'm looking forward to my vacation that I got coming.
Yeah, definitely take that, man. Me too. I'm looking forward to my vacation also, bro. Same thing.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy. Like shopping is all done for Christmas. I'm good to go.
Yeah, me too. Mine's was all done. Mine's was. I was all
Joe,
done.
what about
I
you? Are
was
you
all
all
done.
done?
Just waiting on the packages.
Okay.
We
Hey,
did
let me tell you
all
something.
online this year.
So this is what happened. Sunday, I had to. Champ had a birthday party to go to. So across from the birthday party, they had the birthday party at Urban Air. So across the street was a FedEx. I had my parents' gifts with me because I knew that I'm gonna, mail these things off. So as he's in the party, I run across the street to go to the FedEx. The FedEx was closed, and I'm like, how can this place be closed this time of the year? Like people are shipping stuff all the time. So I had to get online on my phone, and I found another FedEx close by. I didn't want to go to some of the places that accepted packages because I needed a new box and everything, and I wanted to make sure that my parents' package got to where it was supposed to go. Right.
Yeah.
So I found another place about 4 or 5 miles away from me. So I drove over there, and I give them the package, and they ask for the address, and the condo's address. So my parents have a condo in Lauderhill, Florida, which is right next to Fort Lauderdale. So it's a suburb of Fort Lauderdale. But Lauderhill did not come up in FedEx system. So they were asking me, like, do you want to send it to Fort Lauderdale? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. This doesn't sound right to me. I don't want this package to get lost. So
Yeah,
they
for
asked
sure.
me, yeah, they asked me like how much, was the value of it. I was like, it's like about $700. So they was like, okay, cool. Like, we're gonna make sure that we get this right. So I called my dad and I said, hey, I just want to double check what's the zip code. He gave me the zip code, and that's the exact same one I gave the lady. But she still couldn't find Lauderhill. So I asked her just to call down there to another FedEx store down there in Fort Lauderdale and asked them what do they do in this case. And of course they said, yeah, they could take it. It can ship down here. So I had the lady type in Lauderhill, Florida, and then we still up under it. It said Fort Lauderdale. So I'm assuming that way this package will get down there. I'll tell you guys what's in the package offline, so you guys will know like why I'm like nervous about it getting down there, because
No,
I don't know if my mom might turn on this podcast on Wednesday or Thursday and listen to it. So I don't want to spoil anything for her or my dad.
yeah,
But
for sure, man.
hopefully it gets down there safe. I've been looking at the tracking all damn day, um, making sure. And man, Joe, why is sending packages so damn expensive? The
Bro,
lady,
not even funny.
she told me it
Well,
was she told me it's gonna be $38 to get down
God
there.
damn.
Oh, that's not even the bad part, Angel. So she told me $38 to get down there on Thursday. I said okay. I said, well, what if I want to send it today? Like I want them to get this back as soon as possible. She told me it was $75 and they could get it on Wednesday. I was like,
that's
well,
where
that's just the next day. I was like, I just paid the 38 then. But what's
that's
up
where
with
The
they're
her?
hell?
making all their money. Because FedEx and UPS are mad at the post office because with us having the federal backing, our prices are really low. They've taken us to
Uh-huh.
court twice. They've taken
Mm,
us to court twice to try and get us to raise our prices.
Mm-hmm.
mm.
And I'm like,
I've
and
never
people
sent
still
a
think our
package through
prices.
UPS.
I have, I have, yeah. I normally
But
see.
for what Joe said is exactly why I don't. I'm like, man, why would I do that? I would just go to USPS. It's so cheap.
Oh, my bad, my bad. I've done it all. I've done it all.
Yeah.
So it just kind of depends. I didn't feel
But
like trying
they
to find
do
a UPS.
when we get those 1 day like Pat, like that stuff goes right to the front of the line. Like I can
Mm.
have 100 boxes, and the second they get one that's all like first class or 1 day, it goes to the front of the line because they want to make sure those people, because we got to pay that back if it doesn't happen. And trust me,
Yeah,
they
I
be
know.
calling. They be calling.
A lady gave me a problems about that a couple years ago. On my license, my driver's license, I had my parents' address on my license, right?
Oh yeah,
But I had moved into my house, but I didn't switch over to the license yet because my license wasn't expired yet. I was gonna wait it out. So I sent my parents a package, right? And it didn't, and I had paid for the extra,
yeah.
for it to get down there when it's supposed to get down there. It didn't. So I go back to them and say, hey, this package didn't arrive when it was supposed to. You guys owe me some money, right? So she asked for my license, and she says, well, this is not the same address. I said, lady, like, why would I have this, this pack, this slip to get my thing, because come on, it's me. She didn't want to give me the money back. So I said, okay, can I speak to a supervisor then? So then she wanted to talk a little bit more. And then on it, I signed it Eugene Plowden. She was like, well, your license says Eugene Plowden II. Like, how do I know this? I'm like, what does it matter? Like, what is the matter? Like, I'm doing all of this for what, $12? Just give me my fucking money back. What? Like, it wasn't like I'm thinking she was going to give me $100 back. Only a couple dollars.
I thought you over here about to get
out of her pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was thinking, like, see, this is why post office people be going crazy, because y'all be pissing off the wrong people, and then we be trying to make y'all more mad and pissing y'all off back, you know. And next thing you know, we got altercations.
It's a vicious cycle, man.
Yeah, there's one post office lady at the one that I have, and she's so mean. Every time I get in the line, and she's like next, and I'm next, I tell the person in front of me, no, go ahead. It's fine.
You don't want her.
Hell no. I already know if she says something crazy, and then my initial reaction is gonna be like, then she's gonna say something crazy again. Then I'm gonna be like, all right, now you said it twice. Now I gotta lay your ass down. Now I can't let you go down with that. I have to say something. It just doesn't work that way.
People that do that, they've probably been there for 25, 30 years.
And that's what I know that, and that's the thing, Joe. I know that, so I try to have patience. I know that, and I try to have patience, and I almost want to tell her, like, you know, you should retire, go get your hair done, go get your nails done, like, you know, go do your thing, just relax. Like, you don't need to be here. Like, this is nothing causing you nothing but stress. Like, just go. I really want to say that sometimes.
All right, so we bullshit long enough. We can finally talk about this movie now. American Ninja 4. You know, Angel, I don't know if you know the answer to this question,
okay,
but I don't know why they keep giving these movies an extra name, and the extra name doesn't even make sense.
The Annihilation? I have no idea.
Yeah, the Annihilation. What is the Annihilation? And the other
it had nothing even. You know how most movies the title comes up when they say a phrase or they have like a monologue and they say it. Never had nothing with that. Never.
And the same with the last one. The last one was Blood Hunt.
That's what it was, right? It was Blood Hunt. I thought it was Blood Sweat or something like that. Blood
nothing.
Hunt.
It didn't make it. It doesn't make any sense. These titles of these movies.
Well, this one could make sense. Annihilation, because they were trying to make a bomb that could be transferred in a suitcase to blow up the entire New York.
I guess.
Which is wild to me because they never once showed that. And never once. It's not like they were ever in the city, so you just had to know what New York would look like to then say it's going to go to New York.
And it's so obvious that at some point when they're making this movie, they're like, you know what? We got too much money. We got to make an explosion so we can waste some of this fucking money. Because every movie there's a random explosion for no reason.
Oh, this one had too many. This one had like 4, all at the same time.
And they were all stupid. And I would think that the helicopter blowing up would have been a bigger explosion because that's the one that had the nuclear bomb on it, right?
Yeah.
And I was just like, that's it. That's the big explosion.
Yeah.
No, that one didn't have the nuclear bomb. He sent that before he got in the other chopper. Because if that would have been, he said it could blow up New York. It would have blew up the whole island.
Exactly. So where was the other one that blew up then? I mean, they didn't blow it.
So he sent the bomb away in a chopper, and then when things started going down and it was getting rough, he got in another helicopter.
So the bomb got away.
Yeah.
Oh, that just makes this movie even more dumb. I didn't even know that.
Actually, I didn't even think about it until you just said that. But yes.
All right.
Because one way or another, you're right. It doesn't work. If it got away in the helicopter, then it's still going to New York and it's over. And if it was in that helicopter, everyone's dead. So there's your plot hole. Movie's done. It's over.
Go ahead, Joe, man.
This movie pretty much starts off like the rest of them. It's a military group. They're getting chased by ninjas.
You know what's messed up? I started watching this and I go, God damn, this really is like the second movie and the third movie and the first. I was like, this is really terrible. They always
start off the same. 5 to 10 minutes into the movie, it's a group of military and they're running away from ninjas.
At least they weren't trying to make a super ninja this time.
Yeah, that was my only thing. I said, okay, I guess they changed up the plot somewhat because the first 3 was all super ninja, and I kept telling you guys, I was like, yeah, I don't know why we keep going with this damn super ninja thing. If it didn't work the first 2 times, why go with it a third time?
Right.
You know, if at first you don't succeed, try again.
Hey, you know I will say this because I don't know if I'm gonna have a chance to say it. So I started laughing because, I mean, I may have been the only one that noticed this. But did you guys notice at one point they did the the colors for the ninjas, like yellow, red.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
This could just be me. But all the yellow ninjas were black. And I noticed it and I said, why did they put all these black ninjas in the yellow one? And that was their group. Like that was their group, and that's all that they did. And I only noticed it because at one point it panned all the way through.
Yeah.
And like the blue ninjas or red ninjas were all white dudes. Then like the black ninjas, we were like fair skinned, white, kind of light skinned dudes. Then the yellow ninjas were just dark skinned brothers. And I looked, I was like, why the hell they do this? What's going on here? Like it was no mixture.
I was I missed that, but I was already rolling my eyes seeing the
because of
ninjas.
all the black people, how they had the black people depicted in the movie. I was rolling my eyes at that. I did not.
I'm used to that bullshit. No, I was rolling my eyes at the Fruity Pebble ninjas because that didn't make any sense to have all those ninjas in because ninjas are supposed to.
It was Power Rangers without the pink.
That's what my thing was. I thought about Power Rangers. I thought about the three ninjas. I thought about the three ninjas.
For Zordon to show up. I was waiting for Rita to come with. I mean, we already had the putties. Rita would show up with a monster. Made this movie more exciting.
Maybe.
Honestly, I didn't even understand why they had the colors. Like, I didn't understand what it meant.
Well, they didn't explain it. So,
like belts, like maybe like you're a yellow belt, you're a blue belt, you're a red. I mean,
I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm gonna be honest. I looked when they panned through. Whatever they were wearing must have been hot as hell to act in because then they were in some hot ass sun and it looked like they were wearing a quilt over their body.
Because where were they? Like had a quilt on. Were they in Beirut?
No, they were in like South Africa, I think it said.
Oh, okay.
That's where it took place. So I knew it was hot as hell over there.
I read the synopsis, so I already knew we were getting Sean and Joe Armstrong. And then I also noticed right away, no Curtis Jackson. 50 Cent.
But they replaced it with another black dude. They were all right. They said, don't worry about it. We got this other black dude we just throw in there.
But
this guy, compared to Curtis Jackson, this guy was terrible.
This is my problem. Or nothing. This is my problem with that. They should have had Curtis Jackson because Curtis could have been the glue, right? Because there was no reason Sean and Joe should have known each other. There's no reason. There was no connection.
No.
Because
Joe they made them out to be best friends.
Exactly. Because Joe was an army guy.
Yeah.
In the last movie, what was Sean in the military at all?
No, he was just a karate fighter.
Exactly. He's a karate guy. And now
he was just like a 4-time AAU or 4-time American champion, whatever it was.
And now in this movie, he's working for the CIA. Like, how would he ever even
running through the jungle and shooting arrows at people?
How would he even know Joe? That didn't make any sense. So to me, it would have made sense if Curtis was there because then they could have said that Curtis introduced him at some point in time because he was friends with both of them. Okay, or they could have just randomly brought up Curtis to let us know. Okay, that's the connection. But those two guys shouldn't even known each other. Joe, did you read what the actor who played Sean that he was upset with this movie?
No.
What?
He was upset that Joe came to rescue Sean in the movie. He felt like Sean should have saved himself.
Who cares?
I read that. I'm thinking like, that's what you're mad about? Out of everything you could possibly be mad at, that's what you're mad at?
Did he not see the other dude get set on fire?
But did you not remember? Joe is the original American Ninja. Mm-hmm. You weren't brought in until the third movie. You'd be lucky you got brought into this one after they brought Joe back.
You know what's crazy? I got to as I was paying more attention to this movie because I was really dissecting it for some reason. Like I said, Gene is infecting me. So I was really dissecting it, and I was they couldn't even how you guys said they had to put all these random explosions. They could have put more money into the effects of how these dudes die because you see Sean shoot an arrow. And then it just pans to the next scene, and then the arrow just gets stuck in the guy, and he just falls.
Oh my god!
Yo, I couldn't deal. It was with that, and I couldn't deal with when. I'm sorry, I'm skipping ahead, Joe. When Sean got when Joe got off the airplane, he gets in the car, and then they get attacked by ninjas. Joe just punches right through the windshield like it's that easy. I was like, oh,
I know.
that's that. It's that. When I saw that, I was like, damn, it's that easy. What am I doing wrong? That's all I had to do was just throw a punch like that.
I hated that part. Was that Sean who caught the arrow in his mouth?
Yeah.
He caught it in his mouth and then just threw it to the side and it went right into the guy. No, that arrow would have hit him and just fell down. It would have fell down.
It was that. There was a time where Joe. There was Joe when he got attacked by the ninjas in the road. He would cut them, and I don't think they knew it was their cue to die. And they would like run around and still move, and then he have to cut them again, and then they flip over and die. And I was like, when I saw it, I was like, I think he missed his cue to like fall over. Then at one point, Joe like threw the sword and pans to the next scene, and the guy caught the sword in his stomach. And I was just like, oh, this is even worse. This is getting worse. Like, what is going on here? This is getting worse. Another thing I thought was funny. It did. One thing I thought was funny. I don't know about y'all, but I know I laughed my ass off when I saw this. When they had the ninjas go through the obstacle course, and the ninjas started dying. And that one ninja fell on the glass and his balls in his ass.
Oh man,
and just went all everywhere. When I saw that, I was like, oh no, I know Gina's gonna say something.
Yeah,
the way they were dying.
Yeah, it was just dumb.
The way they were dying, I was like, and I didn't like the head ninja. I didn't like him at all.
Well, we didn't really get much out of him either.
Pirate.
That's my problem. Usually the other head ninjas, they all had like a role. He didn't have a role. He was just there. I just didn't like him.
I honestly, I kind of felt uncomfortable about the girl that was in this movie because she honestly did not have any purpose, and her role she was
just getting slapped around and beat for no damn reason.
Yeah, man, like that was the reason for her to be in the movie because she had no purpose after she helped them. Like she should have continued she should have been done. She should have just been working in the morgue. That should have been the end of it. It seemed like they only put her in the movie to get abused. Like she got physically abused, she got sexually abused. Like that was no purpose to even having that woman in the movie.
Oh no, she had a purpose
to get abused. Like there was no reason for the abuse that happened to her.
She was after Sean.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I mean, they could have did something else later on. Because at the end of all these movies, somebody
didn't get a chance because she was getting a butt whoop. But bro, this movie starts off with a wedding, and the guy gets pulled away from his own wedding before he even finishes his vows.
That was stupid too, really dumb. I did not like that at all.
And they don't even go back and see if they finish getting married. Like, this dude's supposed to be on his honeymoon, and he out fighting ninjas, getting captured as a POW.
Mm-hmm.
I'd been like, nah, you know what? I'm gonna set this one out. What's his name? Braxton. I'm gonna set this one out, y'all. I'll see you later. I'm going on my honeymoon. I'm not gonna be chased by a bunch of ninjas.
Mm-hmm.
Sitting in a POW. I'm supposed to be in a honeymoon suite.
But this was the same. This plot was the exact same as the second movie's plot.
Yeah.
Some military guys get captured, right? And then they end up getting two guys to come in to find them. It's like, okay, wouldn't you need a whole team of guys? Like, why are you just sending two guys?
Because Joe is one-man army.
Yeah, okay, that's Joe.
Joe turned them down. Joe turned them down.
Yes, he did.
And he had to go there basically beg Joe when Sean and them got captured.
Do you blame Joe for turning them down?
No, not.
I mean, to be honest with you, he was just teaching kids and just living his best life.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't blame him because I would have been like, this shit is never gonna stop.
Out.
You guys are going to keep coming to me every time somebody is captured until I don't come back. Like, no, fuck you. I'm not going over there no more. You know
what? If I was Joe, I'd be like, you know what? Are there ninjas again? And if they said yes, I'm like, no, I'm out. You guys solve your own ninja problem. Because you know what? I will fight anything that's not a ninja. But I'm so done with these stupid ass ninjas. How is it that one person can kill all these ninjas, but the whole military can't touch them?
That's what Curtis said. Curtis was like, I'm not fucking with no more ninjas.
I know, right? He said, "I'm done with this movie. Forget these
Oh,
ninjas." I'm serious, man. How is it that Joe Armstrong, the American ninja, quotation marks, can take out all the ninjas in the world, but the military can't even touch him? Like, I'd be mad too. I'd be like, yeah, I'm gonna go over here and hang out. Y'all, when y'all got like super mutant wolves or something, or gremlins or Yeti or something for me to take on, I'll come do that. But I'm done with ninjas. I did this twice. I tried to stay out of the third movie. Y'all got a new American ninja. Now y'all caught him. What do I gotta do here? Done.
Oh, he got a new American ninja. He got caught.
I'm just saying, honest with you.
Like, I didn't like Sean's role in this movie. It made me feel like whatever training he did or whatever skills he had in the last movie, it was non-applicable to this at all. Like, he's not even a real ninja. He's just a guy who thinks he knows how to fight. Because he was getting his ass beat, I'm saying easily. Like, it wasn't even like it looked like it took no effort for these guys to beat him.
Well, and, I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead, Joe.
I think it goes back to what Gene said now. It makes a lot of sense. I think Joe was the original star. They were happy to get Joe back. Sean was put on the back burner. And that's why, you said that he already talked about how he was mad. But, I mean, Joe is the original American ninja. So
without Joe, Sean, you wouldn't even have a third. You wouldn't even have a third one.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, he was lucky to be involved for whatever reason. That actor, I'm assuming, couldn't be a part of the third movie. Or didn't want to, but then all of a sudden gets brought back.
Who is the genius that keeps putting these movies out? Because, like, dude, like, you're losing money ever since the first
MGM. Well, it's MGM.
MGM?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
those were all Metro Goldwyn, whatever.
I mean, but there's still someone that's putting. I mean, these movies are not they're not profitable. They can't be profitable.
No. The
first movie was. I don't think these other ones have been profitable.
The fourth one made under $300,000.
Yeah.
The fifth one didn't break 150.
So is this like some trust fund child?
Has to be.
This is someone like Angel who's like, I really like ninjas. Let me keep making
I just got extra money,
right? Like, I really love ninjas. Let's go.
I ain't doing that. I told you I'm a cheapskate.
we need to see. That's what we really need to look into.
I will say it's movies like this that do make me say, like, man, we could do our own movie. We'll be fine.
Yeah, I mean, Joe, go run through the synopsis right because we have yet to say what this movie is about. Really, we just kind of jumping around talking about different scenes and stuff.
So you have two bad guys in this. It's Mulgrew, and I don't even know what the other. They got some Middle Eastern, weird, full.
His name was Ali.
He was Ali. Hold on, I gotta plug my computer in. I forgot to plug this in. They had him like full wannabe terrorist looking outfit. It was crazy because it was so overdone. It was so overdone. Like I couldn't tell if this guy like wanted to be like a Middle Eastern prince or if he just was like like he thought he was a god or something. It was really odd. Like they went way too far. You tell me I'm wrong. I'm not trying to be crazy, but I'm just saying. He had 3 outfit changes. He thought this was a Madonna concert or something. I don't know. And it made no sense that he was the one in charge because he was trying to go blow up New York. Literally, the whole idea was these two guys. The one guy was British. He hates Americans. The other guy, he was talking about like as a suicide bomber.
What was it? A ransom? Was this supposed to be a ransom or something? Was this supposed to be a ransom?
Yeah, it was to save the. But that's the thing. It was to save the prisoners. They wanted $50 million, but then we're also going to blow up New York. Like, which one is it? Are we saving the POWs or are we blowing up New York or both?
I think it was
like
both.
I said, it was all over the place.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But yeah, that was the idea. And who was in charge of the ninjas? Nobody really even. The ninjas didn't make sense to any of this.
I don't even think there was a script for this movie. They were just like, you know what, this is what this scene is about. Like this was all improv. That's what it seemed like. We're just gonna do some stuff because we got a camera and we got some money.
And when they showed up in Africa, or whatever, they had a helper. His name was what? Pongo, like the dog.
Honestly,
Dalmatians.
Tamba.
I actually thought this was the kid from the other movie that grew up or something. That's what I really didn't think that. Huh?
No, he had a whole different name.
I don't remember the kid's name from the other movie, and I really didn't care that much to even look it up. I just assumed that was him. I was like, oh, this kid grew up.
I don't remember the kid's name either, but it wasn't
when Joe
showed up, or Tongo or whatever.
When Joe showed up and didn't know him, I said, oh, okay, that's not him. Because this kid was saying random stuff, and it was supposed to be funny, and it wasn't funny at all.
At all. He just had random lines.
Yeah. It was somebody that was trying to be creative and trying to be funny who wrote this stuff for him, his dialogue, and it was stupid.
Yeah, it wasn't good at all.
The main ninja, like, he looked like he was trying to dress for medieval times, and he had an eye patch, like a metal eye patch.
I thought it was a monocle. That was an eye patch?
Yeah, I thought it was an eye patch.
Yo, I thought it was a monocle. Oh, damn.
You wanted it to be a sophisticated ninja? You would have a walking stick and a top hat?
This is Monopoly Ninja.
This is Mr. Peanut as a ninja. Oh shit! This dumbass movie.
Jeebs the ninja. Oh my god. The obstacle course, it had potential, but then it just made no sense. This guy runs through this obstacle course, and this is how he's showing off like his ninja skills. But I mean, what the hell was that?
No idea, man.
Well, he said that it was also they just wanted to see people die at the hand of sacrificing themselves. That was also what he liked.
But I'm not sacrificing myself running through your stupid obstacle course. That shows nothing.
Also, to be honest
glass,
with you,
I run up a thing. I run through the little. You guys are shoving spears. I'm gonna. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm not going through that. I'm gonna run through the other side, and the guy who's pushing the spears at me, I'm gonna go kick his ass.
Let me tell you something. When I watched that, I played it back, and I was like, I think those dudes are assholes. When it was the head ninja, they weren't really trying to get him like that. When it was when it was one of the dudes, they were like going so fast that he like couldn't move. Like he had no choice but to get stuck. Like and then they didn't even give a damn. They like stuck him. And I think they like dug it in more, and then they just watched him die. The dude that fell off the top balancing beam, he fell right into a bunch of sticks with spears, and it like went through one of his lung. It was just terrible.
And what was the direction, I'm wondering, like, given to Joe's character, like, for his facial expression? He had the same facial expression through all. Like, it was like.
They said it at the end. Sean said it at the end. He was talking to the girl. He said, yeah, he's not a man of many words, but he's awesome.
Yeah, but his face always looked like he was like trying to be like real stoic or like deep in thought.
Mm-hmm. He's like that through all the movies, though.
Yeah, he is. He doesn't say much. He doesn't have many lines. It's easy anyone can play his role. He doesn't talk much.
They should have made him a mute. He ain't talking anyway.
and what was so they get these plans. They get the plans to go up and around like a dam to get into the fortress because you can't get into the fortress, and he's going to go through like a sewer drain or something like that. And they meet up with like a group, like a Mad Max looking group. That's what they reminded me of.
That's what it was. I saw that and I was like, man, this looks like something Mad Max. That's what it was.
Well, because they had like all kinds of crazy
They had the cars with the shields on them and everything, and
the guns and the motorcycles and the gas masks. I was like, and they're causing a distraction, and then Joe's gonna sneak his way in. And the funniest part to me, so he brings a bag with him. He's got all his little tricks and his everything with the bag. And I'm like, well, he's gonna dress up like a ninja at some point because that's what he always does. And he didn't do his little hand thing either this time.
Nope.
But instead, this dude jumps into a hole and jumps right out dressed like a ninja.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
What the hell was that?
Let me tell you something. Y'all think that was stupid? I had something else that was stupid. I'm gonna tell you when we get to the part that two things to me I thought were so dumb I could not stop laughing. So go ahead, keep going, Joe. I got you.
Go for it now. He gets into the drain and they hear him in the drain. If you're such a good ninja, why are you?
For me, I thought it was hilarious when he saw Sean and fought him and killed him.
Oh my god!
Yo, and then they pull off his face, and it's an Asian dude. I was like, "There's no way you're gonna convince me that was the dude I saw 2 scenes ago. There's no way."
The guy didn't look like Sean.
Not even close.
He didn't look like, and I was like, why is he thinking it's Sean? I was like, I'm thinking to myself, does he not know who Sean is?
Wait a minute, you didn't think he looked like him? I thought he kind of did. I
didn't think he looked like him at all. I was like, well, Joe doesn't know who Sean is. They're pen pals. They write letters to each other back and forth because if he thinks this is Sean, like, can you imagine that? He was like, oh shit. I came here to rescue you, but fuck it, I gotta kill you.
The second that I see that, I'm like, oh, it's another mask. Why do they keep doing these masks?
I don't know how you knew that. It fooled me though, for real. No, so it was that like, part. It was that part.
Like to me. It didn't look nothing like him to me.
Honestly, this movie would have been hilarious to me if the real Sean and Joe fought each other, and Sean killed him.
Why would that have been funny? I'm laughing that you thought that would be funny. Like, why would that?
Because it'd be like, I'm the American Ninja, and now he's the new bad guy.
Joe, that took such a dark turn, man. Damn.
I don't care. That's how much I can't stand this movie.
These movies would have been better if they were like an Adam Sandler movie. That's what I think. That this would have been. Just make this shit a comedy because this is just ridiculous. It's not good. It's not entertaining.
The other part that made me laugh was when Joe dresses up as the yellow ninja. So that made me laugh only because I was like, those are the black ninjas. So I thought it was crazy he was going to dress up as the yellow ninjas. So like that part made me laugh. But what made me laugh was, so he goes to save them, right? So first off, you saw, like, you remember when the first guy got set on fire?
Yeah.
This was my problem. His hands were behind his back and they set him on fire. Mm-hmm. And as soon as they set him on fire, he literally just walked away and just started running around in a circle. Mm-hmm. And when I saw it, I go, well, if they didn't tie his hands, what's stopping everybody else from just running around in a circle? And I just doing the same thing.
The fire undid the tie.
So that's what. So then I was like, okay, fine. So I was like, why did Sean wait, or why did Joe wait to watch him get on fire?
Joe was walking like, sucks to be him.
Yo,
like,
he was.
He's got to walking up.
So then the part that got me was this is where I could not stop laughing. And all I thought about was Gene, because he threw a smoke bomb, literally threw a smoke bomb and went, and he was still in the same spot. And I was like, what the hell was that? I was like, you wasted all that time. What did you do that for? He never moved. He did the smoke bomb, and literally everyone was looking around. All the smoke cleared, and he was still standing there. And I was like, what the hell? I was like, well, you just wasted up. What was the point of that? That made no sense to me.
Smoke bombs shouldn't work on other ninjas, should it? Like, don't the motherfuckers train for this shit?
No, they know what to see. They know what to see.
They could be like, hey, motherfucker, I see you. You're right there. We can maneuver in these smoke bombs too. Like,
when I tell you, he did a smoke bomb and he did not move. I was like, well, that was stupid.
Distraction to get him free. I don't know. I was.
But the worst part was literally everybody was turning around, looking in the air, and he just was standing there in front of him, like as if he didn't. I was like, "What the hell's going on here?"
That's not the worst part to me. The worst part for me was we saw other people in this movie get executed in that basement or wherever the hell, in the barn, wherever they were at. They got shot in the head. Like, why did they say for everybody else, we're gonna execute you tomorrow? Not only that, we're gonna take you out. We're gonna take you outside in front of everybody and execute you. Like, why didn't you just execute them like you executed the other guys? You just shot them in the head or put the gun in their mouth and blew them away. That was it. Like, why did they need to wait? Number one. Number two, did Sean or Joe ever know anything about the nuclear bomb? I can't remember.
I have no idea.
I thought they were there.
Yeah, I think they were just rescuing.
I thought they were there. Well, I thought Sean was there because they were trying to take over the land, and he wasn't. For some reason, they put him there to not let him take over land.
I thought they were there. They went there to rescue those guys that got caught at the beginning.
Oh, maybe that's what it is. Yeah. And then they got caught.
Do you think Sean or Joe would have went if they knew that they had to deal with a nuclear bomb? I know I wouldn't have went. Nah. Like, fuck you. I'm not going over there. I was like, hey, man, those guys, that sucks to be them. I'm not going over there. Y'all better do something else. A nuclear bomb that can fit inside of a suitcase. That's what they had.
What was when Joe started facing off against the ninja with the patch? What was the wrestling power move? They were holding up their hands, getting ready to like hand wrestle for a second, and then
I don't know.
It went nowhere. It was
weird.
At
one point earlier, like way earlier, when Joe was the priest, that one of the guys came up to him and he just touched him behind the neck, and the guy like croaked and fell on the floor. I was like, what the hell was that? Like, what move was that? I gotta learn that self-defense move. That was quick.
That's the carotid. You put the carotid out for a second and they pass out.
It looked like he just like gave him like a pat on the back of the head.
You gotta apply a certain amount of pressure.
You gotta watch Star Trek, Angel. You gotta watch Star Trek and
Smock
can show you that.
No, we used to learn pressure points. That's and crazy. How to knock someone out. We used to learn how to knock someone out with the palm of your hand.
Oh, that palm heel, yeah.
There was one of our second-degree black belts at my first karate school was a police officer, and he used to teach us all kinds of fun stuff, like to take an ashtray. If you're in a bar fight, take an ashtray and use it for a palm so you can mess people up.
There is all kinds of. You sound like you're gonna mess up your life too with that lawsuit.
I didn't say I used it. Listen, man, I didn't say I used any of it. But I know, right? That's what I said. I used to say, man, you could mess someone up with that. Because what are ashtrays, like glass?
Yeah.
Like ceramic?
Yeah, you're definitely hurting somebody with that. All right. Anything else we gotta talk about this movie, or are we done? Like, this some bullshit.
No, we good, man.
Yeah, so basically they save the day. Joe saves Sean, and they fight all these ninjas off, and some shit blows up. I don't know. So it was done. And then, Joe turns around and tells Sean, if you need me, I'm in my classroom. Really?
Damn well they were gonna need him at some point, but they didn't need him for the fifth movie. So
and obviously they didn't even need Sean either, because he's in the movie, but he's not Sean. He's somebody else.
For real?
Yes, yeah. Joe, exactly. He plays I read the synopsis. He plays another character, a new character. That is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
So how pissed off I'll be if I watch the damn movie. I'll be like, I know who you are, motherfucker. Like, stop doing that.
So who's the new American Ninja? Just some new guy?
Yes, yeah, he is, but it's still the actor that plays Sean is the new character.
It's still him. He is the American Ninja. He's just not Sean.
He's just not Sean.
What in the world are they doing? What is happening?
I don't know, man. They I don't know, man. Maybe
if there was ever a way,
early 90s, they were on drugs.
If there was ever a way for you to call your audience dumbasses, that would be the way. To put the same actor, just change his name.
Oh my god. Okay. Well, what are you giving this movie, Angel?
Ooh,
Gene went first the first time. Gene said it at the beginning. I went first last time. That was your turn. Let's go.
D.
Gene?
Yeah.
F. I'm flagging that shit down.
I was waiting for it.
I'm flagging it down. I'm flagging it down. I was being nice, giving the other ones D and D minus.
That's what I was saying. I was like, damn, like F.
Yeah, this is just really dumb. This is really dumb. Yeah, man. Yeah, F. I get this whole series an F.
Hey, yo, listen, we got it done, so I can never complain. For 2 years, I was on y'all about this. Now I see why you guys said no.
I don't know. I don't know if it's an F. I mean, F's to me it just
D
is really so. I'll give it a D minus.
All right,
it was bad. It's too much wrong with it, but don't hate us. We're trying to like these movies. So, all right, we're gonna go over Sidekicks again. Because Gene did that one without us. It's on Amazon right now for free. I haven't watched it in a while, but I do enjoy this movie. I hope it still holds up. Honestly,
yeah, it was pretty much.
I always remember enjoying this for the most part. It's it's not nothing to run home about, but I mean it's pretty entertaining to me.
Yeah, the kid in the movie. A lot of kids are like this in real life. A lot of kids who don't want to go to school and they daydream a lot. So this is a real relatable movie to a lot of kids. So I think it still holds up.
I just remember it being enjoyable. It almost had a Karate Kid kind of feel to it with different characters. So
yeah, I'm not a fan of the fight scene with Chuck Norris and Joe Piscopo, but the story of the movie, I get it. I kind of like it. So all right, you guys got any closing remarks?
Oh man, I'm good.
Hey, for everybody, make sure y'all have a happy holidays. Make sure y'all have a happy holidays because we're not going to be able to talk to them till after Christmas.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Well, they're going to hear this on Wednesday, so it's not going to be Christmas yet. But I get it.
Yeah, but the next time we do it, it'll be past Christmas. So happy holidays and all that good stuff, man. From Fist Kicks and Flicks and Crew.
All right, everybody, stay safe, stay strong. We'll holler at you next week, and I'm going to play our music.
Disaster must come. At best, only postponed. Shaolin Kung Fu, to survive, must now be taught to more young men.